I am on Dragon Age now that the title started as Dragon Age. um, that's why I didn't care about changing the title. Wait, I need to go up and talk to Sarah. I have people to talk to. Oh, and what about you? Whoops.
Inquisitor, this gear is the best. I never thought, well, will be worth it, I swear. Inquisitor.
Yes.
Your worship, sir.
One for the enemy.
Game I played under times that I can play at home. Because people are
and
not fun to play with.
Right in the
or
dangle
don't
bag.
care to play with right now. Hey, I've had a bad day. Anybody cares? People not wanting to play with me are getting mad because they tell me to play on hard and it's too hard and I don't know the game and I'm brand new and people get frustrated with me. Imagine that.
Alright, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Halam Sharal that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place.
I need me some Solas.
Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
Actually, Sarah's good too, but I'm currently on Solas.
I don't know. You want to stop a party? I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats.
I'll do Nightmare with Sarah.
You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress.
Start human.
We patched their spat, Briala and the Celine. But
Usually
without their
always wanna play
breakup,
elf,
none of it
but
would have happened like
Nightmare human gives one more skill point to start with.
That was a mistake on their part. It made everything worse.
that. Wrong way around, Inquisitor. It started worse. Lots of people died before there was a hole in the sky. That's who you're saving. If you get a chance, maybe remind them not to be idiots.
Yeah. Sarah's romance is really sweet and good if you get past her attitude, how she is, and actually do what she says.
Something on?
Do we even do,
Are things playing out the way you
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big. Praying's nice, I suppose. Periphy's bit, though. Shite.
Yeah. She could.
I was thinking you and I should get to know each other.
Not interested in being your second.
My what?
Uh-oh, she
Your
just
second.
approved.
I like you fine. You've got a pretty way about you. But... big but... I don't share. You're having it off with Solas.
I don't share.
Elfie isn't doing it for you.
She says,
Better tell
I
him
don't
first.
share. And somebody try to jump in roleplay with me on Twitter on roleplay in Dragon Age and goes, jumps at me as Sarah. Like, I thought you didn't want
Ready
to
for waiting.
share. Okay, I don't even
I'll be
remember
back
if I
if I
did
need
pranks
you.
with her.
Go on.
This game has been spread out for so long. Alright, cool.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Right. Did you like the masks? What masks?
What did you think of the masks?
What masks?
The masks. Everyone had them on their faces.
Those weren't their faces.
Wait, did I?
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend.
Wow.
He
I
showed
haven't talked
me
to
I
him.
was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster. Let him forget.
What did you mean when you said you killed mages?
Some of the mages at the Spire wanted to die. Too sad, too scared, too much. I didn't know what I was. A ghost, I thought. Fading in the fade. When I came to them, they could see me. I used the knife to set them free. When Reese found out, he made me stop, made me understand. There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
It sounds like you didn't know what you were doing.
No, I killed people. I knew. I just thought I had to. They were hurting, helpless, haunted. It was all I could do. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra or Cullen need to kill me.
Wonder what blueberry cherry Coke tastes like. Oh, I never mix that together. I have blueberry Mountain Dew all the time. Blueberry Powerade, or whatever it's called, mixed berry. That's blue. It's at least sugar-free. Oh. Well, I put other thing in my cup. Okay, I'm still using the cup now.
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Reese and Evangeline.
It touched a man and made
man
him
wasn't
turn
supposed to be
from
real.
tranquil back to
Then
normal
the demon found us.
with magic.
It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Reese and Evangeline saved me.
Well, not normal, because
What was
reverse
the Spire
tranquility
like when
is
the
what
Mage Rebellion started?
makes them kind of
Dead or dying,
overwhelming,
begging and bloody.
crazy
Some
emotionally.
wanted freedom, some peace, some
Some
war.
of them can't handle
Some
it.
wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Reese help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Reese just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's
Yes,
why he
I
saw
just
me.
like to help.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Reese. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world.
Tastes pretty
feeding
good.
off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many.
Or that
He
is
didn't
blue
care.
raspberry.
Cold,
That's the normal flavor
corrupt.
of
So I came
most
and
blue
killed
drink.
him.
Not blueberry, blue raspberry. I don't know.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right.
This one's
I
called
was a
mixed
demon.
berry.
I
Powerade,
saw demons
sugar-free.
with adamant.
Have
They
sugar
put
in my
people in the dark, in the
soda
old
pop,
hurts.
but not
I
in
didn't
my
want to be that.
Powerade.
I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them.
My
If I
health
forgot,
drinks are
fought,
healthy.
fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Yeah, how do you know? I haven't talked to him enough.
She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
The servants are having trouble remembering some odd events.
Yeah, I haven't picked
Someone
that
found
up,
a
have
barrel full
I?
of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Okay, I guess I picked that up.
Safer than on someone's belt where they could draw them in the heat of an argument?
They would have been sad later.
I'd like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
Can you explain how your mind works?
Yes?
Sometimes you say things that relate to other members of the Inquisition.
They remember me. Their eyes stick, some more. They want me to be. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear. Makes me a person. Calls me kid. A friend. Solas, bright and sad. Observes and accepts. Spirit self, seeing the soul, Solas, but somehow sorrows.
What do you sense when you focus on me?
You're too bright. Like counting birds against the sun. The mark makes you more, but past it, you reach across. Mindful, meaning. You put it through to this side, make it real here. And past that, the weight of all
Yes, I
on
can make
you.
things real.
All the hopes you carry, fears you fight. You are theirs. It must be very hard. I hope I help.
Walk me through the way you help someone.
I start by listening. I hear hurt, feel it fretting. Some you can solve by giving something, food, a blanket, sleep. Some are intangible, terrible tangles that catch on a crack, fixed, festering, and the person makes a pearl of pain. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain. They can hope, they can heal.
It must be sad feeling everyone's pain all the time,
Why?
isn't it?
No. I help. I find wounds and heal them. I salve, soothe, save. I see pain and make it better. How could I not be happy?
I'll talk to you later.
People are funny. They've left likes and comments on my videos or whatever, or at least comments. Don't know if they've left likes, but like, hey, let us join, support each other. Nobody, they didn't subscribe to me. Just a couple random people going to videos asking for subscribers and not subscribing to the other person. Alright, I know. Alright. Pull in.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Cullen, if you need to talk.
You don't have to. I never meant for this to interfere.
Are you going to be all right?
Yes. I don't know. You asked what happened to Ferelden's Circle. It was taken over by abominations. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's Circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success?
I have to look up that story
I
from...
swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
Graphite Girl, the half-life of Element Zero. It's Dragon Age, with biotics. Still have flirt options.
This doesn't have to be about the Inquisition. Is this what you want?
No. But these memories have always haunted me. If they become worse, if I cannot endure this...
You can.
All right. I need a moment. Could we speak another time?
Venon.
Banon.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
Did I pick up what's-her-face's quest? La, la, la. The Inner Circle. Need to pick up her quest.
Inquisitor.
Her. That I really don't care for. Oh, because I can probably drop off some items too. Oh, and Dorian. And probably everybody I need to still talk to up here. Give me a quest. That's all I need to talk to you for.
Inquisitor, I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation.
Oh,
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
What just sent me a notification? Who is this person? Coming in on Dark Souls 2. I loved your Bravo video. I also do gaming. Don't hesitate to come see me if I can improve. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that even means, what you said. Don't hesitate to come see me if that person can improve, or do you want me to improve? I don't know what you mean, even. What the hell, Bravo video? It's a Dark Souls 2 video. What do you mean by a Bravo video?
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but you won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
What are your videos? I don't know what announce. And there's other things in different languages.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
No idea what they mean by come see me. Their main language isn't even English, and
I'll do
I
what
don't
I can.
see any
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful.
Dark Souls.
I shall give the
whatever.
location of its lair to Cullen.
Bunch of
Remember, my
cartoon
dear,
anime.
I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
I eagerly await you to stop being a stuck-up.
I can't make heads or tails of this.
What?
Age regression. Who is this potion for?
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
I've never heard of wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
All right. I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. Saving the day, reconciling lovers, mediating a civil war. So sugary, it's nauseating. All this dancing, politics, and murder. Makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you'd like to do more often, then?
Watch as you twist an entire empire around your little finger. Yes, please. Of course, that leaves only Tevinter. And it wouldn't work as well there.
No. Why not?
Our dances are so much more intense. If an evening lacks a murder, we sniff and call it a ball. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption. How we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son. I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was
I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
Was it hard being away from him?
It was hard not having a patron, yes. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. I digress. Anything in particular? But yes, we do have them. It all stems from a disagreement. So we elected a man. Same reason you never see a... Perhaps it started. Mostly they enforced the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the south. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
I share your opinion, actually.
That's not surprising, considering what the Inquisition represents. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You saw that in the future, without you, Corypheus prevails. You are our bulwark against evil.
You don't seem like the religious sort, to be honest.
If you define religious as sitting in a chantry and listening to a blithering hen tell you how to live, then no. If you define it as believing in the possibility that something larger than yourself exists, then yes, by all means. The world is bigger than I, even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe, but I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions. The Magisterium rules. It's odd. I'm an... If you're not a mage at all, you're Sokarati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
I thought the Archon ruled...
Well, yes, even so. Thus the Archon gets invited to all the parties.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do.
Yes. Let me put it this way. If you're not from the... The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can...
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodline. More importantly, commoners believe... So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage counting numbers and shuffling papers all day. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course.
And...
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came back home. It's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
You think slaves like it that way? Don't be ridiculous.
I didn't say they like it. It's all most of them know. In the South, you have alienages, slums, both. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
At least they're free. They don't have slavery forced on them.
You think people choose to be poor and depressed? I doubt it. I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
Just
Oh,
not at all.
that's what it... Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic are two different things.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summon. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. Most of them probably innocent.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise, and then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprised it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what, 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer. Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
We're not...
You think that, Matt? The Herald of Andraste. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Fair enough. I do.
I wonder if I talked to her.
The warden you brought to Skyhold. His name is Alistair?
Yes. Didn't you meet him?
No, there's no point in that now. He seems a good man.
That's true. He does.
It's not important. I'm simply musing on the clever tricks the Maker plays.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is Norman. So I was sent to the Circle of... It also made me Still, despite all the chaos.
You're not still the Grand Enchanter then?
Any claim I... Perhaps the Circle... Until that time, I lead my fellow mages.
You believe...
It depends on who's an... That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security. Although, who knows for how long?
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of... Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're not planning assassinations, are you?
I was planning to... Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
You seem to know...
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people. Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He seems so normal, like any other little boy, and so polite. Not that I was expecting anything else. I mean, never mind.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago, but we didn't become good friends until years later. I just returned to Val Rayo. She was the Antigone. The ball was... We've been friends ever since.
What do you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board. And that's all I'm saying about it.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am. So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard, an Orlesian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network. We can always talk...
Okay, then...
Hello.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
Oh, who am I supposed to be judging here? Judgment thing never tells me who I'm supposed to be judging. What, the mayor of Questwood, probably? Inventory. That's about as good as it gets.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is
Oh,
an issue
this,
born of
after
titles
all.
and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
I guess the top one was, I'm judging a box.
I call for rehabilitation. The skull shall do public theatre about the evils of evil. I also judge the box. End table for orphans.
That's quite enough, Inquisitor. Point taken.
Do. Shoot. Or I did do it. No, I didn't. Need to do this and do some time jump.
With rifts contained in the area, we can send in smaller groups to offer relief.
I agree. Are you well?
A headache, nothing more.
Negotiations with the Queen, Honora. Because Alistair's here. Where's the search for? What do I need to do? Investigate Duke. Look this up every time, that's why I avoided. Investigate Duke. Let's see, is this on this new phone? Yeah, so, you were supposed to turn me into a vampire, somebody who's my friend. Dragon Age Wiki on this phone, probably. Particularly villain using Lyanna. Next step, purge of Josephine. I have to do this one with Josephine. Liliana, I know not whether this will reach you, so this one is Josephine time, actually.
At your service.
So, all this.
Let's see what we have.
And what else needs to be done? Alliance is getting things moving. Puppy, move. I need to be moving. I probably need to get things moving, and this is just, this colon can do this. It doesn't.
All right.
Let me skip 2 hours. Wait, I think I need to do that. Alright. Or at least it should do the first part. That still has to be Liliana. Be right back on the switching time settings. Ah, job's done. Oops. Oh, no. New I have to do that now, or can I do that later? Pretty sure I can do that one later. Liliana joined with the resistance group. Liliana unlocks.
Inquisitor.
What takes so long on that crap?
At your service.
Since we are being barbaric, why not set her head on a pike? That was a joke. Do not ask for her head on a pike. Size. You want her head on a pike. How long is this? Okay.
Inquisitor.
supposed to skip 2 hours. Alright. Liana.
Inquisitor.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Inquisitor?
Yeah, Colin. March.
Inquisitor.
Let me save, and then I am starting the quest. Here. Other than the one I just overwrote. Or like, when did I start this game? November? Already 4 months apart. 3, whatever that is.
Adamant Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second Blight.
Fortunately for us, that means it was built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. Thanks to our Lady Ambassador.
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sabres. They've already delivered the trebuchets.
That is the good news.
And the bad news?
Erimond called the ritual at the western approach a test. He may already be raising his army of demons in the fortress.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons,
I found records of Adamant's construction.
Already
There are
been an
choke
hour.
points we can use to limit the field of battle.
So
That's
many
good.
people.
We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
Taking this fortress is going to get a lot of good soldiers killed.
Our soldiers know the risks, Inquisitor, and they know what they're fighting for.
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also possible that some wardens may be sympathetic to our cause.
The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
We've built the siege engines and readied our forces, Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
Alright, who's going into the abyss? Let's see, I'm obviously a mage. Cool because cool. Solas, obviously, and supposed to take block wall. Fine, whatever. Don't like to. Whatever. Okay, I definitely won't do Nightmare because I need that rally from Cassandra. I'll be fine, right? Played this game a million times. I can play on harder levels. I finished Nightmare already on one account, and I'm on my secondary account on PlayStation and on the computer. Well, computer mods. Easy, basically. That's why I came back to PlayStation and decided to do hard and Nightmare, because being on the computer made it look so easy. I've played it 1,000 times, so here we go. New games? I don't play on hard things on new games. Except for like Dark Souls, when it's supposed to be hard. If a game has a difficulty setting, I do not play on hard settings. I play on the easiest setting at the beginning. Obviously, when I don't know really anything about the game, I need to learn the game. Dark Souls is the thing that's supposed to challenge me. Not things like Dying Light. I don't need to play it on hard mode. Alright, what am I doing here? Oops. I forgot what freaking buttons were. No, why is that? That's not... Okay, seriously, that is wrong. How do I do my second? Wait a minute. What is going on?
Pull back! They're through!
Okay,
All right, Inquisitor,
I'm pretty sure
you have
these
your way in.
controls are wrong.
Let's make
Look,
use of it.
Alistair.
We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
That's a worrying lack of specificity there, Commander.
There are more of them than I was hoping, Inquisitor.
You don't say.
Warden Alistair will guard your back. Hawk is with our soldiers on the battlements. She's assisting them until you arrive.
There's too much resistance on the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
Alistair. Okay. Options settings. Okay, there isn't any other trial I can do for this, right? Other things have to be done separately. Specific areas. Controls. That's not it. Where is... Switching characters is supposed to be the D-pad, not the L2. I don't know what's going on. Where are the controls? Um... Moves characters. That is not supposed to move characters. What is going on? I'm burning. I can't get my second. My second abilities. Controls are suddenly wrong. I only have one ability bar. This is not working right. Okay, how are my controls messed up? None of this has to do with the actual controller, and it's not working right suddenly. I don't know what's wrong. Hold on. Strange that I can still make new game saves. Third axis thing is not something I ever do. So I don't see why it would be that. It's definitely not that. None of this fixes. What is wrong with my controller? I can't do 2 ability things like this. There's 8 abilities. Right now it only gives me 4. I can't use it like this. Where's my other controller? No. See right there, it says L2 to switch. Nah, it's not working. No. Why is L2 moving the characters and they're burning? And I seem to have lost a controller somewhere. Okay. Because this particular controller is so new, I don't know. Alright. Switched controllers. I have no idea why this is suddenly messed up. I can't use both of my abilities. Things. I have to be able to use both things. What's happened to this game? Like, if I was playing Origins, I could use abilities from here, but no. Hold on. What the fuck? Oh, really? Really, game? Now the D-pad is switching characters on this. I mean, the L2 is switching characters, and it says right there it's supposed to switch characters with the D-pad. But the D-pad is switching my skills when it says L2. Jeez. Block ball. 4 points to spend, of course. Because alright, so okay, this is gonna take some getting used to. Well then, I guess I'll be right back though. I need a little break. Sorry for the wait. Oh, shoot. I have to switch the controller. This one needs to be plugged in. Alright, I'm here and dealing with new controls. Don't know why the game decided to somehow update the controls, and I don't know. Okay. I can't even target. This button thing is really gonna annoy me. Not like it said Dragon Age actually installed an update or anything either. Somehow the buttons don't work right. And it's not in my settings to change it. No, that's not what I want to do, idiot game. Supposed to be L2 to switch tactics, abilities. Alright, weapon use. Let's see, let me check my inventory. And right there it says use D-pad to switch characters, but it doesn't. What the fuck? Did I just swap a weapon off? What? Okay, switch characters up goes switch characters, but down does not. Oh, jeez, game. Why you suddenly change things? Examine. You can do this. Okay. And the problem with L2 in this case, I can't even do the move to valuables, you stupid thing. What is wrong? I don't know how to move to valuables. L2 swapped with down D-pad. Whatever. Can't even play this game now. It's gonna drive me insane. Item level, equipment level, requirement 19. Okay, whatever. You're not wearing a... Okay. I can't deal with this.
Stay back. We will not be sacrificed for some insane ritual.
Guess I'll just constantly use chain lightning, because
Can't you see? This is madness! They're bound to the demons.
I can't even use an AoE, not if I'm...
Stay back!
Wait, where's the dialogue option? What the fuck? Did I miss? Oh.
The Inquisition is here to stop Clarel, not to kill Wardens. If you fall back, you won't be harmed.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Clarel as you must.
Nicely done. Well, some of them could be reasoned with.
What the fuck is going on? What just happened? I don't even know what just happened there. I swear, I just changed things by the control stick. The joypad, or whatever it's called. This is freaking annoying. I don't want that as hold to open. Wonder if that'll help. I don't know what's going on. That's the only thing I can change, though. I can't change the controller buttons. And it won't do R1 to go back, like... What the... No! That is not what I want. It's freaking too confusing. Can I turn off switch players or something? I mean, that's what's giving me trouble. Or, well, the whole thing, but... keep switching players when I'm trying to do my own skills. It's not working. Turn off switching players. Obviously I can't, but, Excuse me, I can't move my circle anywhere. I have to take my finger off the D-pad to use the left joystick. No. No.
Soldiers are dying by the other ladders, though.
On ahead, Your Worship. We'll clear a path for the rest of our forces.
Mages! It's always blood mages!
Okay, I have to take my finger off what I use to switch between skills. Do my EOE. And put my... lightning don't work on you. Not the big one, anyway. Oh, no. No. Excuse me. Use a potion. Fuck you, game! Seriously, what the fuck? What the fuck now? I have to hold up to use a potion, you stupid game. Did I use a potion? I don't know what's going on with why is the controller wrong? I can't even play this.
Always a pleasure. Good work. Stay with my forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
Where's my supply crate? Did I get his amulet yet? Whatever, might as well use the life board amulets.
We need to help our soldiers up the ladder.
Here you go. Just use this for now. Why not even get my supply crate done? That was a lot of spamming. Give me extra.
They can come up safely now.
We must hurry. Our forces cannot stand against the demons for long.
Satchel is down. Oh, you. No. Trying to go faster. Just made it act like I was in battle. So I couldn't open a door.
Some of the new recruits have been willing to stand down. It would be nice to avoid bloodshed.
Commander Cullen will hold the path open for us as long as possible, Inquisitor. Our forces are ready when you are.
Wardens! We are betrayed by the very world we have sworn to protect.
The Inquisition is inside, Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. It has been many long years, my friend.
Too many, Clarel. If my sword arm can no longer serve the Wardens, then my blood will have to do.
It will.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
If you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Ehrman wants.
What?
Very
Fighting
stupid
the blind?
dialogue
Keeping the
action.
world safe from darkspawn? Who wouldn't want that? And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the Wardens for doing their duty.
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then he binds your mages to Corypheus.
Corypheus? But he's dead.
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
Bring it through.
Please. I've seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I helped fight the archdemon in Ferelden. Could you consider listening to me?
Really? But they don't give it. See, you can actually see the spider through there.
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly
They
worthy
don't
of your
actually
strength.
let Alistair talk.
Blackwall, can you talk some sense into them?
You don't know me, but you may have heard my name. Like you, I've given my life to the Grey Wardens. The first time I put on this armor, I felt like I belonged.
Let him talk.
Like I was part of something honorable. Something with a purpose. I know how good that feels. How safe. But fighting and dying here today won't stop the Blight. If you want to stop the Blight, kill that bastard up there. His master is the living embodiment of its corruption.
Clarel, we have come so far. You're the only one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Or perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you. Clarel, wait.
Help the Inquisitor!
You to use a frickin', oh my gosh, now what? Did you use it? No, you jumped. Now I'm dying. Regen and you died. Control settings is screwing me up. Where's my... What the fuck is this? Wait, oh, Cole revived on his own. Or did Solas have revived? Okay, I'm quite confused. Who threw ice at me? Was that ice? Cool. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this controls. What am I? Is hurting? Yeah. Oh my gosh! Fuck now. Yeah, okay. I know that can happen, but it's... Trials is available. I mean, if I had it on this, even though it says enemies of the Inquisition may have new traits, I could somehow understand that the controller was screwed up, but there's nothing else to screw up the controller. I have grizzly bears and I have even ground. Just makes them level up to me. Otherwise, they would be at 15 max. Seriously, I'm sorry, I can't even play with even ground because of this stupid, ridiculous problem. Why is my camera angle high?
destroyed the Grey Wardens.
She shot him with
You did
fade.
that to yourself, you stupid bitch.
Thought she always shot him with lightning.
All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody.
I mean, like there, I don't remember ever seeing her throw green light, like fade magic, rift magic.
You could have served the new god.
I will never serve the Blight.
Sometimes I just don't even... remember things even though I played something 100 times. I don't know.
In the war, victory. In peace, vigilance.
Stupid because the main reason for even ground is that the enemies have a max level that they're set at. They won't go up. And you can't level up if they are too low. You won't get any experience.
Well, this is unexpected.
We were falling. If this is the afterlife, the Chantry owes me an apology. This looks nothing like the Maker's bosom.
No. This is the Fade. The Inquisitor opened a rift. We came through. And survived. I never thought I would ever find myself here physically.
I miss
Look.
Solas.
The Black City. Almost close enough to touch.
That voice.
This is incredible.
Cole, how does it feel to be back home?
I can't be here. Not like this. Not like me.
It's all right. We'll make it right.
This place is wrong. I made myself forget when I made myself real. But I know it wasn't like this.
It's not how I remember the Fade either. Perhaps it's because we're here physically, instead of just dreaming. The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
I don't know. I still can't remember what happened the last time I did this.
Well, whatever happened at Haven, we can't assume we're safe now. That huge demon was right on the other side of that rift Ehrman was using, and there could be others.
In the real world, the rift with the demons in it was nearby, in the main hall. Can we get out the same way?
Alistair too, other than in this playthrough. I haven't seen Alistair for so long. I need to play Origins again.
It sounds like our best option. There. Let's go.
so I can hear Alistair talk about me. I wanted to load Alistair playthrough.
This is fascinating. It is not the area I would have chosen, of course. But to physically walk within the Fade.
Just don't be distracted by your studies. This is a dangerous place.
Thank you for the warning.
Solas, you're the expert on this place. Anything helpful?
The Fade is shaped by intent and emotion. Remain focused, and it will lead you where you wish to go. The demon that controls this area is extremely powerful. Some variety. Your fear, I would guess. I suggest you remain wary of its manipulations, and prepare for what is certain to be a fascinating experience.
I go over here first.
I wouldn't linger here.
There's a reward here. Track of...
That looks odd.
Why? What is so much more odd about this table than everything else here? I never understand why a comment is made there.
Search the area.
Should we look around?
What? That can't be.
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia. From the little I remember of what happened at Haven, I thought you were dead.
I don't recall the divine glowing. In my experience, that's something spirits do.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Really? How hard is it to answer one question? I'm a human, and you are?
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
No, I don't.
The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I'd like to have a few words with this nightmare about that.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
The big demon Eramond was trying to bring through.
Yes.
It's nearby?
Yes.
Well, shit.
When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
Almost like something to return my memories.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
What's going on here?
Why are you doing this? You, of all people! are you doing this? You, of all people.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me! What's going on here?
On his face.
So that mark on your hand, it wasn't sent by Andraste. It came from that orb Corypheus was using.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
I never thought Andraste did this. I did this myself, through my actions. No maker required.
And now you may be certain. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
What's wrong, Hawk?
I wondered if you might be concerned about the Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed Corypheus took their minds. You've seen it happen yourself. Come on. You can add it to the things to yell at the Wardens about when we get out of here.
Oh, I intend to.
Do you think that was truly the Divine?
We have survived in the Fade physically. Perhaps she did as well. Or, if it is a spirit that identifies so strongly with Justinia, that it believes it is her, how can we say it is not?
Whatever she is, she seems to want to help us.
And the nightmare? From what she said, I don't look forward to meeting it.
It's nothing like me. I make people forget to help them. It eats their fears. I don't know if I could do that, but I don't. I don't want to. That's not me.
Peace, Cole. None of us mistake you for the nightmare. It is a fear demon, as I suspected, likely drawing on terrors related to the Blight. Fear is a very old, very strong feeling. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion. Save perhaps desire. Be wary. The nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
But after what it did to the Wardens, it's going to learn to fear for itself.
Where that Mathal dragon is.
Ah, we have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think the pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
No, I don't have the ability to use strength.
I expected worse.
These are but minor servants of the nightmare.
Pity.
Didn't even pop out till I was in this area. I went way too fast down through here. And we have this strange dwarven machinery type thing. Yes, this is dwarf. Dwarves have machines. Type yes, the claws of the Master Crivius unveiled a new altar. Great spikes jut out of its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the claws of Dumont and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful, vexed by the loss of his followers. He has met with other priests, and in secret have heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day, and asked that I call him Caripius, as it was a name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Caripius, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumont, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Caripius told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall. This is the hall where the claws of Dumont is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar, pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I've sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked he could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer than he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The claws of Dumont, blah, blah. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Caripius will take me, but not those I love. Have they sacrificed 1,000 elven slaves? What was it, 1,000? This way I came. Alright. Hoof.
Look!
Oh yeah, spiders have the electricity, which means they only take 1 damage. Nightmare. Let's count as real spiders. This might not count as real spiders.
What is that?
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Like Blackwall. There's nothing like a Grey Warden, and you are nothing like a Grey Warden. Are you afraid, Cole? I can help you forget, just like you help other people. We're so very much alike, you and I.
No.
We're trying to talk to Solas, not fight things. Trigger here. Very much not user-friendly right now.
Döth ma herelan. Ma banal inasalin. Marsolas ina mardin.
Bonal nadas.
Something about your pride will cause everybody to die, and all the nothing is inevitable.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Fenris is going to die just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Well, that's going to grow tiresome quickly.
I loaded Fenris in.
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And, of course, they look like giant spiders.
Spiders? That is not what I saw.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Grunts, who did that? When I never actually did a full Fenris romance to the end because I went with Anders or Meryl, who actually moved in with you. So the only ones that stayed. Everybody else acts like they didn't want to be with you. But I've seen videos and yeah, promise me you won't die, Hawk. That's pretty disappointing, but if I do it this way, I have to sacrifice Hawk because I'd rather sacrifice myself as a character than Alistair.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
Oh yeah, I do have to talk to her first, alright.
There is not much time, Inquisitor.
Yep. We're basically in battle, but if I don't talk to you, I don't get to talk to you.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
You already know how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread, and it is the key that locks or unlocks a door to the Fade. It lets you walk in the Fade physically, and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find another way to the Black City. It is part of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
So, all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fate?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are made real here. Their hopes, their loves, and their fears. What changes their world also changes this one. And yours are footsteps that move mountains in both. Tread carefully.
And Hawk is supposedly supposed to survive and get out of the Fade, according to many popular theories.
So, can you tell me who... what
because of the
you are?
Plymouth talked about the inevitable plunge into the abyss.
Yes, but
do not
are
hesitate
you her,
to
or
leave.
some kind of Fade remnant of her? Or a
Only
spirit
when
imitating
you
her?
fall that you learn whether you can
What if the
fly.
answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I am what the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
I was meant to become the Inquisitor.
But what is the Inquisitor? And how will she change the world? You believe in your purpose, and that is good. That is your power.
You still haven't answered my question. What are you?
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and the Nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them. Perhaps you were meant to stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
I'd like to know more about the Nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your mind erases to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the Nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the Nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow, as you cannot grow until you recover all that was taken from you.
We should keep moving.
Makes me... Well, I did use the X button to use a potion. Use a potion, not the proper way to do a lot of things. Ah! A memory is just a screen. How very annoying. That hurt.
Go! Keep running!
This is the breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
Keep running! Ah! Go!
It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then you... She died.
Yes.
So this can't be the Divine.
You don't say.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
Are you a memory of the Divine? A reflection?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal Divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
What, again? It wasn't their fault. We can debate the depressing details when we get back to Adamant.
Assuming that the Wardens and their demon army didn't destroy the Inquisition while we were gone.
So what do you say? Terrible actions are only justified when they're your terrible actions? You practically killed every mage in Kirkwall.
Yes, because too many of them were practicing blood magic, just like your Wardens. But you'd ignore that, because you can't imagine a world without the Wardens, even if that's what we need.
Agreed. The Wardens may once have served a greater good, but they are far too dangerous now.
The blood sings softly, it never stops, and then it's all they hear. We can't let them hurt more people.
What are you saying? You want to get rid of the Wardens? Everyone makes mistakes. They would have died to save us.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
The nightmare has found us.
All together!
I'm with you.
Come, real or not, the Divine is the key to escaping from the Fade.
There's Mathal, huh? Right here where the quest was. Important part of a quest. There's Mathal. So everybody should look up and see her.
Did the king's bastard think he could prove himself? It's fine. Too late for that. Your whole life you left everything to more capable hands. The Archdemon, the throne of Ferelden. Who will you hide behind now?
Is that all it's got? I've heard worse than that from Morgan.
Morgan.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
It's one of the best parts. Sure, they're immune to pull, whatever, maybe, but you're not immune to the spirit damage it gives you. Blizzard can shut off now. Keepers of Fear. These stones hold the screams of the Alamari. Whenever spawn of darkness come, these stones were raised so the beast might take their bounty of fear and depart. Really strange superstition story there. Yep. I picked up a Paragon carving in the Fade. In the Wars, aka Paragon, is still free.
still remember when they were higher, before it woke up and everything fell.
Stones? That piece right there is like the main part of the Golden City. Or like basically what it looked like in Origins.
Hard to outrun anything in this swamp.
This other one up there, actually. Yeah, it's where the gold one is. There's still golden light in the Fade. That's funny. Why is that? That's one of my lingering questions. My inventory's full. Of course it is. I can play on the computer and never once have to worry about my inventory. It's messed up. Let's see these. I can't do L2 to move to valuables. I have to do a down button. Stupid controller messed up. I absolutely do not want a counter-strike ring. Oh, wait. Or a parry ring. Destroy. Oh. Sandra, helplessness. Dorian, temptation. Solas, dying alone. No. Sarah, the nothing. The nothing. That's actually a thing. Blobs of nothing. Cold despair. Blackwall himself. Barrett became his parents. Iron Bull madness. Vivian irrelevance. Yeah, Vivian, you can get off your high and mighty horse and become irrelevant. Yes, they're supposed to show up here when you go to the mirror, but always come the other way to start. I come down the other way where I'm usually not supposed to. And they never show up right away.
Look!
Our add-on peoples here always get stuck and don't actually do anything. When are you gonna play soon?
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will
What? How'd I end up with a Grand Enchanter's staff in me? On mark for sale.
the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
The rift! We're almost there!
Please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I failed you too.
I grow fat on your fear.
We can do it!
I can do this. Yeah, Alistair, you're stunned and shaking around.
You cannot stand against me.
Spider inventory stacks. It's coded. Why can't I confirm? What's wrong? Halfway dead and I haven't even used the potion. I speak too soon. First coal when you run. And of course I can't use the right buttons to switch between characters.
Run!
Crap.
Nothing.
Big guy went
We're almost there!
You will die in agony.
How do we get by?
Go! I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Wardens caused this mess. A Warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine. Hawk. Say goodbye to Varric for me.
cutscene goes by.
No demon army for Corypheus, it appears. The divine, or her spirit, was right. You know that's not how they see it, though. And they just saw their Inquisitor work another miracle.
They came out of this alive. As far as I'm concerned, they can tell whatever stories they like.
I suppose the Inquisitor and his warden friend escaped by the skin of their teeth wouldn't be as good for morale.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared.
Inquisitor
the Venatori
and
Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself.
Standard
As for the Wardens,
answer,
those who
does
weren't
it
corrupted
change?
helped us fight the demons.
We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake.
We've seen no sign of Hawk since the ledge collapsed, Inquisitor. We assumed she was with you.
Hawk sacrificed her life to save us and strike a decisive blow against Corypheus. She gave her life not because she'd sworn an oath or been marked as special, but because someone had to do it.
Alistair, you're the senior
Quickly marked
surviving
as
Grey
special.
Warden.
Plymouth
What do we
said,
do now?
"Do not hesitate to leap when you see the abyss." Whatever.
You leave. You're still vulnerable to Corypheus. And we've lost enough people already fighting corrupted wardens.
Cassandra
By the
greatly
authority of the
approved.
Inquisition, you are banished from Southern Thedas.
She was mad at me for not being
Alistair will oversee your return to the Warden
an
Fortress at Weishaupt.
Andrastian.
Yes, Your Worship. Your Worship, I would stay, if you allow it, and continue our fight.
Yeah, whatever. If I've even talked to him enough to do his quest.
I have never doubted your loyalty, Blackwall.
Of course I doubted you, Blackwell.
Good luck, Inquisitor. Tell Morrigan. Just tell her I stood there looking foolish.
One more smaller cutscene. Even though the loading screens take forever.
Alistair sent me one final report. He is on his way to Weishaupt. The Grey Wardens are gone as well. Adamant Fortress has been sealed. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
We owe much of that to Hawk, and to the Divine.
Yes. While you bested Corypheus here and at Halam Shiral, he himself was not present either time. We fear he's close to finding another way to enter the Fade. When you have a moment, Colin and Josephine are waiting in the war room with an update. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry, I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
Alright, thank you for watching Dragon Age, and everybody have a good night or day. I will talk to you later.